train day, and we are at the Conway Scenic Railroad, and we are going to be riding the Mountaineer up to Crawford Notch. So come along for the ride, it's going to be a blast.
So we start our trip off by finding our seats in the Rondelli Dome car. Oh, there's Mom giving me a little wave as I pan around to show you the 360 view that Rondelli is going to give us as we make our way up through Crawford Notch. So we begin to make our way out of the depot yard here, and as you can see, we are driving by some of the extra cars for the other trains that they run, as well as the other locomotives that are just sitting waiting for use this summer. We actually drive by a couple of my favorite locomotives here in just a second. I'll point them out to you. Today's trip was being pulled by 216, which is a GP35. We'll get into that train a bit more later on in the video, but that was pretty exciting. It's one of my favorite trains, so I was happy to have that one be pulling us today. But in a second here, we'll see the top of my favorite train they have in the yard, which is number 255, which is a GP38. I love that train for some unknown reason. It's my favorite, and I'm just magically attached to it. And there it is right there. You can see its yellow roof, and you can kind of barely see the 255 poking its little badge out there. We get a little glimpse of my favorite girl there. Yep, there she is in all her glory, tucked away, waiting for me to come back and ride her a different day. Listen to the horn on 216. She is just bellowing to let everyone know to get out of the way because she is on the way. Now, as I mentioned earlier, today's train was pulled by locomotive 216, which is a GP35 built in the year 1965 by Electromotive Diesel, or EMD for short. It was originally built for the Maine Central Railroad and was acquired by the Conway Scenic in 2010. Pretty quickly, we came to our first view of the ride, which was passing this outlook on Mount Washington here, a gorgeous view of the mountain line as we start to snake our way towards Crawford Notch. Barely 10 minutes out of the station, and we're already starting to see incredible views like this one here of the mountain range in the distance, or this of one of the many rivers you traverse over. I believe this was the Ellis River. And here we just finished going over one of the first bridges in a series of 4 bridges commonly referred to as the Four Irons. Flipping under Route 302, we continue to push our way towards the Notch. It wasn't long before we came across a siding being used as storage for these old rundown cars. As you can see, they've definitely seen better days, but there's something about that rusted aesthetic that I just love. Here we see a staple of the Conway Scenic Railroad, which is their red caboose. This is one of my mom's favorite aspects of the railroad. She loves this little red caboose, goes crazy for it anytime she can see it. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Here we pass some more rusted out rolling stock, which again to me is just peak aesthetic. This was of course followed by a roundhouse where helper locomotives were stored and attached to the trains at this point. The helper locomotives' sole purpose were to assist in pulling the train through the 2.5% grades of the notch. Here we approach the second iron in the series of 4 iron bridges, and just look at this view as we go over the river is just breathtaking. Look at these views, aren't they just absolutely incredible? Style has never been so much fun.
Alrighty guys, so we are about an hour into our trip, so we're gonna take a little walk around the train together. So let's start here. We are in the Rhonda Lee dome car, as you can see behind me here. Built in the 40s. It's been all over the continental and greater US. I just learned that it actually was a part of the Alaska Railroad for a while, so that's pretty cool. Today we are being pulled by GP35-216 Solo, taking us up the notch, which is exciting. As you might remember, that was one of the 3 on my wish list, so we got one, guys. Let's go take a peek on this train.
So it's at about this moment that I realize the difficulty in walking around a moving train. They're not particularly level in their movements, and so being naturally wobbly on my feet, this did present some challenges as we made our way through the train. You'll see me almost fall over a couple times here in these videos as I sway around trying to search through this train. So we make our way towards the back of the train. In front of us are just 2 passenger cars. One's a dome car, one's a regular passenger car, so nothing really interesting to see there. Behind us was the rest of the train with this almost like a first class kind of car with these comfy swivel chairs in them. And here I pause for a minute, as you'll see, because I'm unsure if I'm allowed to actually move between the cars while the train is moving. So you'll see me pause here and turn back to film the rest of the car as if I'm doing it intentionally. But really, I was weighing the pros and cons of opening that door and maybe getting in trouble for something I wasn't supposed to do. Thankfully, a moment later, someone else walks through the door, giving me the green light to go for it. As you can see, the train itself was rather full. This trip is a special trip that the railroad does once a year, where it invites local members of the community to come and experience what the train is like, because so many of us who live so close to this train never get to experience the amazing time that it is. So I was actually pretty surprised with the turnout and how many people showed up to ride the rails with us. Now, I think standing in between these two cars were my favorite. I liked that it was open and that I could see out, although I will say I was very afraid of falling over. The fear that I was going to trip over my own feet and go tumbling out of the train was very real. Here I go, walking pretty fast because I am losing my balance and I need to get through these people so I don't fall on anyone. And I get to the end here and I can kind of slow down, get my bearings again. And again, we have another open air crossing here between the two cars, which was fun just to stand at and film out of for a minute. Now here I make my way into the last car, which is the snack car, which is a cool little place to get a little bite to eat or a drink while you're enjoying your lovely ride through the mountains. Also had to get a great shot of the bathrooms on the train. I was told by someone sitting next to me that the bathrooms on the train were very nice. However, I did not try it myself.
Alrighty guys, so we are here, we're in between cars right now, and I'm learning the hard way. It is hard to walk on a moving train. This thing is rocking back and forth pretty intensely, as I'm sure you can see from the video swaying so much. So we're gonna head back to the Rendezvous Dome car now, but that was a little walkthrough of the train. We're actually gonna head up to the front of the train later, I think. There's only a couple cars ahead of us. Most of the train was behind us. So anyway, we're heading back to the Rendezvous. This has been the little walkthrough of the train. Let's head back.
For the record, I never did go to the front of the train. Here we approach the Frankenstein Trestle, which is the famous trestle bridge through the notch that this train takes. One thing I love about this ride is that they make sure to slow the train down for all of the really pretty views. So as we start to make our way through this section of the notch here, they really slowed us down so we could take in the views and really soak it all in, especially as we went over this trestle bridge, which was just absolutely gorgeous. As we begin to make our way into the notch, we go through more of these sections of granite and stone on either side of the train. And it's one of those things that makes me really go, wow, this is incredible. You know, a group of men by hand carved out all of this rock so that this train could go through this mountain. And that is something that's just truly amazing. I mean, look at this. Look at how thick and heavy this rock is. This must have taken weeks, if not months, to clear through just to get this small section of track laid. Breathtaking scene on the mountain. here's me doing my best to not be filming a complete stranger dead on. Trying to get the mountain through this little window that I had. Our journey up the mountain has just about concluded as we arrive at Crawford Station, which is the kind of second to last iconic landmark we pass before arriving at Fabian Station, which is where our trip shall conclude, and the train will uncouple, retether to the front, and pull us back down the mountain. Here, of course, is the Mount Washington Hotel, which is a New Hampshire landmark and staple if you're visiting the state. So getting to see it from this view and this angle was quite a special treat. And finally, with eyes on the Cog Railroad sign, we know that we have arrived at Fabian Station. Here we are, slowly pulling in next to the station house. This is where our locomotive is going to unhook from what is currently the front of our train, jaunt on down to what is currently the back of our train, hook up, and begin pulling us from that end. With the locomotive now switching ends, I find myself in the front of the dome car instead of the rear of the dome car, allowing for continuous filming of the journey back to North Conway. So I actually set up my camera on my tripod and let it run the entire journey home. I've sped it up to about 5 times speed, so it won't take the full 2 hours for us to watch, but this is the whole trip back from Fabian Station to North Conway, so please enjoy what I got to see on my return trip. after about a 4.5 hour round trip, the train pulls us back into North Conway Station, and the journey that started this morning comes to an end. Now, this was my first time riding the Conway Scenic Railroad. Well, at least since I was a child. I know I went on it when I was a wee baby. But as an adult, this has been my first experience, and I have to say it was nothing but pleasant. It was an incredible time. The views are spectacular. The people are so lovely on the train. They are thrilled to chat and answer questions, and they're just so knowledgeable. All around, it was an amazing experience, and I highly recommend, if you're considering taking the Mountaineer from the North Conway Scenic Railroad, that you do it. It is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and you should experience it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, if you could go ahead and like, follow, subscribe, and share, that would be so helpful. That would help this channel continue to grow and make more content like this. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all in the next one.